Shout out to Money Brown, man. Earnest Jr. Boy, Money Brown, he get a lot of money. That's why I call him Money Brown.
What's good, Money Brown TV? What up, what up?
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Money Brown TV. Thank you so much for everything.
Hey, this is Ryan Garcia here. Shout out to Money Brown TV. And keep punching, baby.
Yo, what's going on out there, fight? What's your boy Money back with another one, fam? And this one here is on some big dogs in this fight game. We have the legendary Canelo Alvarez, the hottest fighter on the planet, the #1 pound-for-pound king, the 4-division world champion, the undisputed super middleweight world champion, looking to be the greatest Mexican fighter of all time and one of the greatest to ever lace him up. Letting Demetrius Boo Andrade know, who is the 2-division world champion and the current WBO middleweight world champion, know that he should be facing David Benavidez or Caleb Plant next, and not worrying about chasing him to get him a big shot at the payday. And we all know, the biggest stage of boxing, right? So Canelo Alvarez defeated Caleb Plant to become the undisputed super middleweight world champion. Canelo was going to move up to face Ilunga Makabu, who fight this Saturday, to try to become a 5-division world champion and set himself apart. But since Makabu, his mandatory didn't want to take step-aside money and step aside, Canelo Alvarez has made another decision, and it's looking like he's going to take on Jamal Charlo May 7th, Cinco de Mayo, as Jamal Charlo moves up to the super middleweight division, to get his opportunity, right? To get his opportunity. A lot of people kind of pissed off about it because they feel like Benavidez deserve it, but nonetheless, Jamal Charlo and Canelo Alvarez has history. And Canelo is letting Andrade know, yeah, you can move up all you want to, right? But if I got a fight signed, sealed, and delivered, what are you going to do? Demetrius Boo Andrade, who is one hell of a fighter. Let's not get nothing chopped and screwed here. Listen, I don't agree with Canelo. I don't agree with Jamal Charlo when they say that he's a horrible fighter. I don't think Demetrius Andrade is a horrible fighter. But at this stage, we all know at the super middleweight division, at the middleweight division, he was trying to fight Jamal Charlo. He was trying to fight Triple G. They didn't want to fight him for some reason. Whatever reason they don't want to fight him. People got their beef with Demetrius Andrade, right? Shouldn't still take away from them not wanting to fight him. But Demetrius Andrade had a mandatory and Janabek, who was one hell of a fighter, right? One hell of a fighter, undefeated, very dangerous. Very dangerous for Demetrius Andrade. And Demetrius Andrade looked like he's going to vacate the title and not take on his mandatory to move up to fight a guy named Zach Parker. He's #1 in the WBO at the super middleweight division. So he's next for Canelo Alvarez in the WBO. But, Boo trying to get that spot up out of him. He's trying to get that spot up out of him. And now what Canelo is saying is, okay, you need to move up and face somebody like Caleb Plant, who I just knocked the fuck out. You need to move up and face a Caleb Plant, who I just knocked the fuck out, and win 11 rounds with me, right? You got to be somebody that's qualified work. Qualified work. You know what I mean? You didn't get the qualified work at 160. You didn't get the qualified work at 154. Now you come to super middleweight. You need to face either Caleb Plant, right? Who's right there, who's a hell of a champion, who's a hell of a talent. He had the IBF, things of that nature, but he's still credible, and everyone knows what he brings to the table. Everyone knows he's solid. Everyone knows he's a top dog. And when you get in there with him, we can see if you can do better than what I did, which I highly doubt. I highly doubt you knock out Caleb Plant. But it's a hell of a matchup. It's a hell of a fight. And you get all the credibility in the world if you move up and face Caleb Plant right after what I did to Caleb Plant. And we all know what that was, right? To become undisputed. Or you need to face David Benavidez. David Benavidez, a man who's in position at the WBC, who everybody screamed Canelo is ducking. He's afraid of this, that, and the third. This is a top-notch challenger, right? You move up to face David Benavidez. You take out David Benavidez. The credentials are there. You know what I'm saying? The credentials are there because you're not getting Canelo next. But taking out David Benavidez, taking out Caleb Plant, put you a step ahead. And people say, okay, you beat somebody with some substance. Even though Caleb Plant was knocked out by Canelo and things of that nature, people try to say, oh, you fighting this old work and all that. It don't matter, right? You fought a top-notch super middleweight top-notch super middleweight fighter. And if you definitely go beat David Benavidez, you most definitely get the credentials and the credibility. You know what I'm saying? People feel like David Benavidez is the most dangerous fighter in the division. They feel like he's this big-time killer, this big-time dog that nobody wants to fight him. He's the boogeyman of the division, as they say, right? And if you go up to face this man and David Benavidez and become victorious, then guess what? Guess what? Canelo looks at you. Canelo looks at you. You did something nice, according to everybody. You dig what I mean? Jamal Charlo looked like he's going to have the fight locked and sealed. You understand? After that, Canelo will say, what am I fighting Demetrius Andrade for? What do he want? Payday. He want payday. You're a fucking kid, man. You are a kid, man. He's a kid, man. A fucking kid. You're a horrible fighter, man. You fight with nobody, man. You fight with nobody. So if you go out there and beat a David Benavidez, who a lot of people say, oh, Canelo's stuck in David Benavidez. Canelo's afraid of David Benavidez. And you go out there and you take out David Benavidez, you know how much motherfucking credit that you will receive, bro? You will receive all the credit in the world. And I'm talking about people will be putting you on the big time stage, holding you up, praising you, saying you took out the killer in David Benavidez. Canelo wanted no parts of him. Now Canelo should be facing you. You dig what I'm saying? You put yourself in position, bro. But nonetheless, y'all have to start chasing y'all own type of history, making y'all own lane. Everybody waiting on Canelo Alvarez for a payday. Everybody waiting on Canelo Alvarez. They know it's the big stage, this, that, and the third. We understand that. But what happened if you don't get Canelo Alvarez? You feel me? What happened if you don't get Canelo Alvarez? Right? Beating fighters like Caden Plant, David Benavidez, it shows that you're on that level. You're on that level, bro. You feel me? And David Benavidez will face anybody. I don't want to hear Demetrius Andrade talking about, oh, nobody want to fight me at 168. It's me again. They know, man. They don't want to fight me, man. You know, I don't want to hear none of that shit because David Benavidez is coming for everybody. He's willing to face any and everybody. And at this stage with Caden Plant coming back, he need to make a statement himself. After being knocked out by Canelo Alvarez, he want to face a top-notch opponent to show that he is still the real deal and that he is still in this thing to win it. So if you go up to 168, you got smoke. You got smoke, right? David Benavidez and Caden Plant are way bigger names than Zach Parker. Way bigger names than Zach Parker. And I like Zach Parker. I like the kid Zach Parker, you feel me? But their names are bigger, right? Bigger, better. You get more recognition. But you still trying to chase Canelo, which I'm not mad at you, bro. I'm not mad at you. I understand everybody wants their retirement check. Everybody wants their retirement check. Right? And you might do feel like you could beat Canelo Alvarez. You want an opportunity at greatness, right? You want to be on that stage, on the pinnacle, right? To where all the cameras in your face, they asking you the questions. We all know it'd be a big-time fight in boxing because you face Canelo Alvarez. But at the end of the day, y'all boys have to start making y'all own legacy, man. Y'all have to. There's other big fights out there. So by vacating your title to move up to 68, banking on something that probably don't happen. We don't know if Canelo going to fight Demetrius Andrade after he fight Jamal Charlo. We don't know if that's a possibility, right? We just seen them. They're trying to put him in there with Demetrius Bivol and fucking Triple G, right? Demetrius Andrade is up under Eddie Hearn. He's under Eddie Hearn, right? And they didn't even try to put his name in the mix. They didn't even try to put his name in the mix on the zone. So that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. You're not even on your promoter ass to put your name in the mix with Canelo Alvarez, but you're moving up, banking on becoming number one in the WBO and thinking, okay, I'm the mandatory to this guy, so he has to fight me. And Canelo say, you know what? Fuck these titles at 168. I did what I had to do. I faced Jamal Charlo at 168. That's one out of the three that they say I'm ducking. Right? He's the most popular out of the three that they say I'm ducking. He probably more accomplished out of the three that they say I'm ducking. So I just took him out. Right? I have nothing else to prove at this division. I'm going to 175 and make my name a bigger name. I'm going to go fight Demetrius Bivol and Arthur Beterbiev. More dangerous opponent than Demetrius Andrade and David Benavidez because that's what Canelo do. He want to fight the best of the best and he want to make more history. History. You understand what I'm saying? And going up to 175, becoming a unified champion or even undisputed champion at 175, bring more history for Canelo. And most definitely going to cruiserweight to become a 5-division world champion to set itself apart from Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. and Juan Manuel Marquez, right? Is definitely making history. But with you, Boo Boo Andrade, for some reason you rub Canelo Alvarez the wrong way. And it's not because of the skills and he's afraid of you. Because Canelo fought better competition. He fought better competition, which people won't give him credit for, but it is what it is, right? We all know the truth. We all know Laura was better. We all know Floyd was better. You know, Danny Jacobs might be better. You dig? Triple G is better. You understand what I'm saying? We don't know if you better than Callum Smith. We don't know if you better than Caden Plant. We don't know if you better than Billy Joe. We don't know if you better than fucking the Jamal Charlo if he get the fight, or if you better than Demetrius Bivol or Arthur Benavidez. You see what I'm saying? So Canelo is fighting a better competition that people like to say that he's not doing. You dig me? At this stage right now, Demetrius Andrade say he want to move up to 168. If you move up to 168, fight some killers. Charlo moving up to 68, he got Canelo. You need to move up to 68, fight either David Benavidez or Caleb Plant, bro. David Benavidez or Caden Plant. Those are the fights for you right there. And everybody will welcome a David Benavidez fight versus Demetrius Andrade, the Bull versus the Matador. That is a fight that can put him on a different plateau. A different plateau, bro. You understand? You want Canelo to look your way? You want the attention of Canelo Alvarez? You want to be a mandatory for Canelo Alvarez? Go do it the hard way and take on David Benavidez, right? You take that man out, look, nobody can say nothing. All the recognition in the world. All the recognition in the world. And I know people going to say, well, what did Charlo do to get the Canelo fight? Canelo picked him. It's all about what Canelo wants. Canelo picks and chooses who he want to fight because he earned that right. That rhymes. Canelo picks and chooses who he want to fight because he earned that right, whether y'all like it or not. So at the end of the day, Demetrius Andrade, you have to move up and do something to catch Canelo eye, right? Beating Zach Parker is not going to do it. I'm going to tell you that right now. Beating Zach Parker is not going to make Canelo look at you and say, oh, let me fight him now since you beat Zach. No, but if you go up, you beat David Benavidez, you beat a Caden Plant, now we talking. Now we talking. And I do think you deserve a Canelo fight. But the way you get it, you're going to have to make some noise. You're going to have to make some noise. And Zach Parker is not no noise, my dog. So we'll just see how this thing turn out, man. He's coming up to 168, vacating his WBO title. Jamal coming up, vacating his WBC title. I thought they both should have fought each other. It didn't happen. One get Canelo, one gonna be on the outside, and we'll see how their careers play out. Until the end, it's your boy Money, it's the NSBC moving, and nobody's safe in these streets. Hit them thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you want to donate, OG Money on Cash App, TreyHunt52@gmail.com on PayPal. If not, just tell a friend, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share the videos, and y'all know how your boy get down, man. Big dog status, family.